Welcome to step 1.4 of the Standard Courses.Sell system, in which we're going to discuss outcome specificity and why it's the next important success factor that influences whether your online course is going to sell. So, the only reason that someone will ever buy your online course is because they will want a specific change to happen in their lives. And they will either be motivated by the stick, so getting away from negative emotions such as unhappiness, feeling overwhelmed, feeling lonely, feeling dissatisfied, having anxiety, etc. Or they will be motivated by the carrot, which is getting closer to being happy, to being fulfilled, satisfied, joyful, loved, helpful, hopeful, etc. So the outcome that you're going to provide with your course is crucial. People are always going to buy for the outcome, not because of the product, not because of your course. Your course is just going to be a process that they can follow to get the outcome. So we have to identify a very specific outcome that we're going to focus on, that we're going to give people the steps that they can follow in order to achieve it, because that's going to determine the value of the course. So let's go over some examples of what specific and vague outcomes are so you can see how this looks like in practice. So as you can see here, we have some examples of vague and specific outcomes in the context of selling successful online courses. So a vague outcome would be starting to make money online, and a specific outcome would be making your first $10,000 online in 30 days or less. Vague is to lose weight. Specific is to burn belly fat and lose love handles in 8 weeks by following a simple 5-minute day routine that you can do at home. Vague is get back in shape. Specific could be get a flat stomach in just 5 minutes a day. Build muscle, again, very vague. It doesn't really tell you like what the outcome is going to be, because it could be aimed at people who are already like going to the gym. They've been going to the gym for like 10 years and they want to get even bigger. Or it could be for people that are lean, people who are skinny, and people who are looking to like start going to the gym and building muscle mass. Or it could be for people, like it could be for all sorts of people. So basically, when you make the outcome of your course specific, your target audience will be able to self-select themselves based on whether they think that's something they want to do or not. And it also makes the whole course a lot more believable in the terms of like the fact that they can actually achieve the outcome. So again, vague example, build muscle. A very specific example, add 2 inches to your biceps in 56 days without going to the gym, even if you're skinny. Like that's very, very specific. And it also calls out the target audience, like even if you're skinny, right? Next one on the vague side of things is to increase flexibility. And the other one would be to double your flexibility in 90 days or less, or get your money back, right? Another one, reduce lower back pain while sitting. That's already like a little bit specific, because if it were to be like completely vague, it would be to reduce lower back pain or like reduce pain. That would be like super, super vague and super generic. If we want to make it really specific, we could say instantly reduce lower back pain by performing one simple movement that reduces back pain, back pain tension within seconds, right? That would be a really, really specific outcome. And what it also does is when the person thinks about this, they can see themselves doing it. They can see themselves getting the relief. They can see themselves getting the gratification from actually achieving the outcome. So I want you to define a very specific outcome that you will want to deliver with your course, because that's going to make it a lot more attractive, a lot more desirable. So focusing on very specific outcomes does 2 things. I've already told you the first one. So basically the fact that it makes your online course a lot more valuable and a lot more desirable. The second thing is it makes people imagine themselves achieving the outcome and how that will make them feel. So for example, if I have back pain and if I have to sit all day at my computer because I have a desk job, then the thought of having to deal with that all day like makes me not want to go to work, right? Or makes me want to like do something about it so that I can continue working. So if you can give someone, as in the previous example, if you can give someone a really simple way, like one simple movement, whatever the solution is, I'm not here to tell you what the solution is, I'm just giving you examples. If you can provide someone with an easy solution that is going to fix their problem like in some sort of a step-by-step format, then they'll be able to imagine themselves, sitting at their desk without back pain. Like that's huge for people, right? And the best thing is, like, that's the case with every single thing that you can make online courses about. Like when you can make the outcome specific, they're going to be able to visualize themselves achieving the outcome and implementing it, and that's going to make them want to purchase your course, and that's going to make them your course a lot more desirable. So this psychological mechanism influences your target customers' buying decisions. So again, have a think and consider what are some of the specific outcomes that you can deliver with your course. And in the context of information products, like how people assign value, and at the end of the day, like what products they're going to purchase is going to be influenced by how quickly they can get the outcome that they want. So, if you were able to give people an instant solution to a problem they have, like that would be infinitely valuable for them. So, for example, let's say that I have a problem in my business where I am understaffed and I have a lot of people coming to me wanting to work with me, but I don't have enough people that can actually do the work. How big is that a problem? It's a pretty big problem, right? You can't solve it instantly, but just for the purpose of an example, imagine that this was your case and someone came to you and said, hey, I have 50 qualified employees here that are ready to work with you like today. Like how valuable is that? It's really valuable because you're giving someone an instant solution to a really big problem they have. The next thing is what their perceived likelihood of achieving the outcome is. So when people see your process, they're going to subconsciously start thinking, am I capable of doing this? Can I actually get it done? Like, is this a process that I can follow? Like, will I know what to do or will I get lost? Is the outcome something that I think I can achieve, or is it something that I think is more on the difficult side of things and is not really for me? So, for example, if I were just starting out in business and someone came to me and said, hey, my online course will help you build $100 million business, I'd be like, yeah, cool, but I don't think I can do it. I'm just starting out. So that's an example of this in practice. The next thing is how much effort is required to get the outcome. So obviously the more effort is required, the less attractive it's going to be. Obviously, there is going to be effort required on your customer's part. Again, in the ideal world, you would be able to give someone an instant solution to a problem that doesn't require any effort from their parts. Like you would be able to do it for them or whatever. It's like, for example, in the example that I gave you with the business owner who's understaffed, if I came to them and told them, hey, I have 50 people who can work with you like right away, and basically they wouldn't have to do anything. Like they wouldn't have to onboard the employees, they wouldn't have to train them, they wouldn't have to do anything. That'd be pretty valuable, right? People would be willing to pay quite a bit of money for that. So again, in the context of value, when you can find a way that's going to minimize the effort that's required on their end to get the outcome, it will be seen as a lot more attractive. And the fourth thing is other people's perception of the product, and this is just social proof. So it's going to be reviews, testimonials, and any proof that you can show them that the process that you're teaching works. So for example, if you were in the fitness industry, typically the best proof that the product works are before and after photos, a photo of someone before they start a program and after a program. In the context of, for example, like let's say we sold some sort of a training course, proof would be screenshots of successful trades or payouts or something like that. If we were, for example, teaching a course about like making passive income from some sort of affiliate marketing, then the proof could be an actual payout from activities that we've done as a part of the course. If you sold a course about, for example, playing a guitar, it could be a video that someone recorded of themselves playing a particular song that they couldn't learn before, but thanks to your course, they were able to learn it in just 14 days. So that's going to be reviews, either written reviews or screenshots of people's messages telling you, hey, you know, what you're teaching is great. I was able to do X, Y, Z thanks to what you taught me. The next thing is testimonials. So they're typically in the form of video. So any proof that your product works. And going back to these to the topic of this step, which is outcome specificity, you need to find outcomes that people want in your market and that you can deliver on. So a good test would be if you were to speak with your ideal customer and you ask them like, hey, if I were to show you a, you know, step-by-step way to get X, where X is the outcome that they want, would that be valuable to you? Would that be something you would want to do? If their answer is yes, then obviously the outcome is valuable. Ideally, you would want to get a hell yes answer from them, meaning that they're super committed to getting the outcome because it's very valuable for them. So that's what a good specific outcome would be that would be valuable to your target market. And your course can deliver multiple outcomes. It's not that you only have to focus on one. You can totally focus on multiple outcomes. You can give people a way to solve multiple problems, but you want to be able to find 1 to 3 of the most prominent, like most attractive outcomes that they're going to be able to achieve. So for example, in the context of selling online courses, for example, like there's going to be so many different outcomes that people can achieve with this course, such as identifying their niche, identifying their market, coming up with the solution, creating the actual course, uploading the course, and starting to sell the course. But like the most attractive outcomes are obviously going to be selling the course. So those are the outcomes that I'm focusing on, and I encourage you to do the same with the course that you're going to create. So basically, have a think about all of the outcomes that you can provide, and pick the ones that are the most specific and the most attractive in the eyes of your target audience. You don't want to choose more than like 1 to 3 because over communicating them is going to confuse your audience. They're not going to be really sure like what they're going to be able to do with the course. So focus on the most key aspects of what we can help them with, and focus on those core outcomes in your marketing messaging. The final thing I want you to consider when it comes to specific outcomes and like promising outcomes is legal compliance. I'm not an attorney. This is not legal advice. You should check this with your attorney, but there may be specific laws that may apply in your case that are going to vary from state to state and country to country. So if you want to claim specific outcomes that you're not sure if they're legally compliant or not, then consider getting legal advice if you have any doubts about it. Be careful not to make any claims that would imply that your course prevents, cures, or treats diseases, and don't make claims that would be deceiving to customers. If you're based in the United States, then the best places to find what to avoid are going to be the FDA and the FTC. So you're going to be able to find links down at the bottom. Again, I encourage you to double check legal compliance on your end so you do not get into any trouble. And I will see you in the next video about the next success factor. So thank you for this video. I'll see you soon.